Chapter 19. Urban Livelihood. Reading Objectives. Occupations. Urban livelihood. Types of employment. In urban areas, most of the people are engaged in secondary and tertiary occupations. India has more than 5,000 towns and 27 big cities. In a city, people are employed in different occupations. Some are employed in offices, while some have their own offices. The big cities, like Delhi, Mumbai and Kolkata, have more than a million of people living and working there. Even though, there are also large sections of factory workers, small shopkeepers and rickshaw pullers. Occupations. In ancient age, human was a hunter and gatherer, but when he started living in a communities and learned the art of cultivation and animal husbandry, his workload gradually increased. To manage it, he decided to divide the work as per the capabilities of different members of the community. This changed his working as well as the style of living. From then on, each man concentrated only on the job entrusted to him. This gave birth to the practice of division of work. Even today, societies follow the same practice. Occupations are categorized in 3 sections. Enrich yourself. New employment call center. The call center is a new form of employment in the big cities. A call center is a centralized office that deals with problems and questions that consumers have regarding goods purchased and services, like account information from bank, ticket booking, etc. Today, a large number of people are working in call centers in big cities. A call center is a setup in a large room with a number of computers, telephone sets and supervisor station. It is a computerized office where consumers or customers call up with their questions and problems about goods purchased and services, like banking, ticket booking etc. Now, India has become a major center not only for Indian but for foreign companies. In call centers, people who can speak fluent English can get job and work for a fairly good salary. Primary occupation. Those who are engaged in basic activities, like agriculture, farming, fishing, hunting etc., come under it. Secondary occupation. Those who process raw materials from nature come under secondary occupation. Weavers, carpenters, cobblers, etc. are some examples. Tertiary occupation. It includes those people of the society who offer their service to the rest of the society against payment. Doctors, teachers, bankers, engineers, etc. are examples of this kind. Get to know more. Migration. Migration is the movement of a large number of people from one place to another. People migrate to towns or cities because of less opportunities of employment, low income, lack of educational facilities and lack of medical facilities. So many villagers migrate to neighboring towns and cities. Urban living has its own attraction, such as opportunities, recreation centers, restaurants and parks. The urban population of India is expanding rapidly after independence, but it has certain advantage of its own. It leads to the prosperity of both the rural and the urban people. Urban livelihood. In urban areas, as in rural areas, people practice different types of profession. Most of the people are engaged in secondary and tertiary occupations including trade, transportation, health, education, administration and services. There are also other people who follow various types of occupations, such as vegetable vendors, rickshaw pullers, domestic servants, garment and factory workers. Apart from these people, There are hundreds of people who work on the streets of big city. We call them street vendors, hawkers. The dream of earning more money is the main attraction of the people coming from different places in big cities. Type of employment. There are different types of employment. Self-employed. In urban areas, most of the people depend on their own business or shops for their survival. Radha and her sister opened a showroom in the market. She is a dress designer. She sells ready-made dresses in different style. People also prefer to buy ready-made clothes rather than get them stitched. They have an attractive display for new arrivals in the front of the showroom. For showroom, they have to buy various materials from different places like Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon and Jaipur. They also have some dress items from foreign countries. They employ about 25 tailors and most of them are trained by Radha. During the festival and wedding seasons they have to employ saleswomen on a daily basis. They have spent a lot on advertisement in magazines and newspaper. Their income also depends on the daily sale and purchase of the goods. Shopkeepers and businessmen come in the category of self-employed. Regular employed. Radha's friend Reena is employed with an MNC bank as a business developer. She works on a permanent basis. There are also other people who work in office on a permanent basis. She gets a regular salary every month. She also gets days off on Saturdays and Sundays and other national holidays and some days as annual leave. Her office also provides medical facilities for the employees and their families. Sometimes, she is sent on foreign trip for official purpose. Like MNC employees, all public, private and government servants get regular salary. Searching dictionary. Vendors. People who work on the streets of a big city. Migration. Movement of a large group of people from one place to another. Do you know who worked in the factories? In Britain 1775, it was a big change in the way people worked and goods were produced. Thousands of poor men and women moved from the countryside to live in fast-growing factory towns. They hoped to find regular work and more pay. Wages in factories were better than those on farms and some people enjoyed the excitement of living in a town. But working conditions in factories were often dirty and dangerous and houses in factory towns were crowded, noisy and full of disease. Daily wage employed. A large number of people work in factories on an ad hoc basis. A young girl named Neeta also worked in a food factory on daily wage. She does not get a permanent salary. She learned the art of papad making a few years ago. At present she gets employment if factory gets lots of orders and need extra workers. She works from 9:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. During the festive and wedding seasons, she stays longer, but only receives an amount of 60 rupees in addition to her daily wages of 100 rupees. Laborers, carpenters, painters, stone cutters, cycle repairers and some sanitary workers fall under this category. Do you know, the status of women in rural areas is much lower than that of women in urban areas. They are mostly uneducated and works on the basis of daily wages. But urban women are more educated, liberal and independent. They do teaching, nursing, social work, secretarial and clerical jobs. Word to know, most of the people are engaged in secondary and tertiary occupations. Occupations are categorized in 3 sections: primary, secondary and tertiary occupation. Migration is the movement of a large number of people from one place to another. In urban areas, most of the people depend on their own business or shops for their survival. Laborers, carpenter, painters, stone cutters, cycle repairs and some sanitary workers fall under the category of daily wage employed.